Hey watch fans, Brad from Brent Miller Jewelers. And today I have for us the Omega Seamaster 300 on my left and the Tudor Pelagos 42 on my right, both in blue this time. Last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, I happened to have the black dial and posted the black dial variants. And today, now that I have both blue in stock, I thought I would do the same with blue and see if anyone feels differently, if they had a preference on one in black. If it changes in blue, I think sometimes the color of the watch can certainly change our opinions of it. So without further ado, the dimensions again, real quick. 42 millimeter case, that is from above the crown diagonally across, as well as 42 even across this scalloped bezel. So 42 millimeters true to size. The crystal on the Seamaster, 31 millimeter crystal from the edge of the crystal 3 to 9. On the Pelagos, we have 42 millimeter case, 42.2 across that brushed ceramic bezel insert there. It sticks out. You can see the bezel does stick out a little bit over the case, so that's why it's a little larger, 42.2. And we have a 32 millimeter crystal on the Pelagos, so just a slightly larger crystal. Looking at case thickness, 300 meter water resistant. We have a 13.6 millimeter case on the Omega, and on the Tudor, 500 meters water resistant, 14.3, so a little thicker on the Tudor and a little additional water resistance. 49.6 from lug tip to lug tip, 50.1 on the Tudor. So again, both of them right around that 50 mark. On the Omega, we have a 20 millimeter lug width, tapering to 20. So I say tapering, there really is no taper. 20 millimeter lug width down to 20, and then back out to 21 on the push button deploying style clasp. Again, micro adjust on the Omega, a little bit different than the Tudor. I'll show you in a minute. Again, we're just pushing the button down and sliding out for our on the fly micro. Two hands is probably easier than one. There it is. Again, exhibition case back housing the Omega caliber 8800 with 55 hours of power reserve. On the full solid stainless steel bracelet, this weighs in 194.7 grams. Retail price is now $5,600. Ceramic dial, polished ceramic bezel insert, and laser engraved waves on that dial. On the Tudor, again, we have a 22 millimeter lug width, so slightly larger lug width. However, it does taper down to 18 at the last link, and then back out to 20 millimeters on the deployant. But we have a kind of a clamshell fold over clasp, so a little bit different. Let me pull that back again just to see side by side. A little bit different execution on the clasp. Again, dual push button here. You have your flip lock or clamshell style deployant. And then the micro adjustment on the Tudor, you're going to have springs on the inside right here. That will allow you, depending on the position you're in, you have 3 fixed positions where it's not going to move. That is fixed. However, if you give it a little bit of pressure, you can lock it into one of those 3, or you can come to here, which is where these springs come in handy and allow you to articulate, and as your wrist swells throughout the day, or if you're diving, you have a wetsuit, you certainly have more play. Again, depending if you like the aesthetics of having that on your clasp. So to each their own. We do have screws on the titanium bracelet. Trying to look here, screws as well. And we do have, looks like a half link on the Omega, and just full links on the Tudor. But again, you have such great adjustability on that clasp. I don't think you'll need it for most wrists to get a great fit. What else did I miss here? So solid stainless steel case back on the Tudor, housing the MT5612 movement, 70 hours of power reserve. And on the full titanium case and bracelet, weighed in at 148.8 grams, so about 50 grams lighter than the Omega. Retail on this is $4,925. The one thing I also failed to mention when I did compared the black dials is with Tudor, if you definitely know you're going to want a rubber strap, The Pelagos does come with a rubber strap, so I'm not going to open these up. Obviously, it's a new watch, but you do get the option, not the option, you do get the rubber strap included with the Tudor, whereas with the Omega, you are going to be out of pocket for the Omega strap and or finding an aftermarket one that suits your needs. So just something to mention if you're comparing those and want the additional rubber strap. Again, let me throw these on wrist. Before I do that, always fun to do bezel action. Scallop bezel with my gloves is a little bit harder to grab. However, if I was barehanded, it's not bad at all. And the Pelagos. Definitely a matte finish versus more of a polished finish comparing them. Both the blues are great. The Tudor, I would say, is a lighter blue than the Omega. Hands are very legible on that that black or that blue matte dial. So let me throw these both on wrist real quick. Again, I have a 6 3/4 inch wrist. So both of these probably a little larger than I would normally wear, but again, if you can wear it, certainly the Omega being thinner is probably going to work better on my wrist. Last and certainly not least, I will give you a quick Lume shot. Let me know what you guys think of the blue models. I know I had some feedback on the black models. Some preferred the Omega, some preferred the Tudor. Let me know if you feel the same way with a different color, and if not, why? Do you like the blue or the black ones better? So I will link the video with the black ones as well in the description if you want to take a look at that video. Thanks for viewing. If there's anything I can do for you, shoot me an email, brad@brentlmiller.com, and we'll see you in the next one.